everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm creating a dark, gothic, glam, grungy type of makeup look. I'll be doing spotlight eyes. So if you guys don't know what spotlight eyes is, it's pretty much the eye makeup look that you see where people have like a darker inner corner and a darker outer corner, and then they have a really light color in the center. So that is what you call spotlight eyes. And then I'll be pairing it with a dark black lipstick. I'm using the Kat Von D one. I haven't used this before. I usually use the Lime Crime Black Velveteen because it's the only one I have, and sometimes I even use my gel eyeliner as black lipstick, but I thought I would use this in a tutorial, so I'll be using that black lipstick today. So if you guys would like to learn how to recreate the look, then carry on watching. So starting off with my eye base, I'm using a bit of my concealer. I've applied it all over the eyelid, and I'm just going to blend that out with my sponge. As always, I like to set my eye base using any skin tone, matte eyeshadow or powder, so I'm just going to pat that across the eyelid. To highlight under my brow bone, I like to use this shadow here by Inglot. It's in the shade 30. Now for my transition shade, I'll be using this colour here from my Kat Von D palette, and I'm just going to buff this into my crease. Going in with this medium brown shade, I'm going to apply this directly into the crease as well, just to darken it. Then I'm going to grab a smaller brush, something more defined. I'm going to go in with this darker brown eyeshadow, and I'm going to use that to further deepen the crease. Using that same dark brown shade, I'm going to pat that onto the outer corner of the eyelid and the inner corner of the eyelid. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of the black eyeshadow just to make it a little bit darker, and I'm going to apply it into the same areas on the outer corner of the eyelid and the inner corner. Using one of my favorite products from Inglot, this is the gel liner in the shade 94. I'm just going to pat that to the center of the eyelid, and this is going to act as a sticky base for my pigment. So after I've applied my base, I'm going to go in with my pigment. This is a Inglot Pigment in the shade 118, and I'm just going to pat that over the top. So now I'm just doing a thin liner just to help my false lashes to blend in. I'm using a MAC liquid liner. It's the first time I've used it. I've had it for a bit, but yeah, it was alright. I wasn't a big fan, to be honest. So yeah, after I did that, I just applied my lashes. I'm using Inglot lashes in the style 30N. So now we can start on our base. To prime, I'll be using this Clinique Pore Refining Base, and I'm just going to apply that over the face. For foundation, I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I'm in the shade 54, which I found was a really good match. It was literally the first time I've used this foundation in this video, so I'm already obsessed. Like, as you can see, in one layer it just covered absolutely everything, so I am so in love with this foundation, and it looks really good as well. For concealer, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which I'm going to use to highlight under my eyes and down the T-zone, just your usual areas. Once I've applied that, I can go in with my sponge and just blend everything out. To set my under eyes, I'll be using this shadow here from my Kat Von D Eye Contour Palette. This is actually an eyeshadow, but I thought it was for the face. But apparently it's an eyeshadow, but I thought it looked really good. So I'm going to use it. So yeah, that's what I use to set under my eyes. Now I'm just going to set everything else with this Australis powder. This powder is actually a little bit too light for me, so we're going to be using a lot of bronzer next. For bronzer, I'll be using my new favorite, which is the Sephora Baked Powder in the shade Tan. And I'm just going to use that to bring warmth to my skin, bring a bit of colour because we're all looking pale a bit right now. So I'm going to be applying that all over the cheeks and the frame of my face. To contour, I'll be mixing these two shades here. One is cool tone and one is obviously a warm tone. And this is my Kat Von D contour palette, so I'm going to be using that to contour my cheeks. And I thought I would try something different and use this fan brush because I hardly ever use it. And it was okay, but it was probably a bit too chunky for contouring. Now to further define my contour, I went in with that shade that we used to set my under eyes, and I just carved out underneath my contour just to make it more defined. As always, I like to use my NYX Baked blush in the shade Solstice. It's pretty much just a bronzer shade, but I love it so much, so I'll be using that on my cheeks. And once we've applied that, I just went ahead and swept away that excess powder. Now to highlight, I will be using this pigment by MAC. It's in the shade Vanilla. It's honestly amazing for highlighting. So I'm going to be dusting that on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and the top of my cheekbones. Now for the bottom lash line, we're going to mimic what we've done above. So we're going to apply our transition shade along the bottom lash line. And then we're going to go in with the darker brown and apply it to the outer and the inner area of the lash line. And then we're going to do the same, except we're going to grab a bit of that black eyeshadow as well. So as you can see, it's starting to look like the top eyelid. Now we're going to go in with a bit of this black gel liner by Inglot in the shade 77, just the black, and we're going to apply that inside my waterline. For the middle area, we're going to apply that same Inglot gel liner as our base. So I'm going to pat that to the center area, the middle area, and then over the top we're going to dab a bit of that 118 pigment. So this step you don't have to be too tidy. I think it looks better if it's a little bit messy. Now to finally finish off the eyes, I went in with some mascara, and I'm using the usual, which is my L'Oreal Carbon Black Telescopic Mascara. Now since I don't have a black lip liner, I'll be using my gel liner as a lip liner, and I'm just going to outline my lips before I apply my lipstick. And pretty much for the lipstick, I'll be using this Kat Von D liquid lipstick. It's a matte finish, and it's in the shade which is obviously just a matte black. So this is my completed look: spotlight eyes and a matte black lip. It has a real gothic glam feel to it. It's super dark and super edgy. So if you're living for this look or you're slaying for this look, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave you guys comments down below. Also, I would love to see what you would, what tutorial you'd like to see next. So let me know what you'd like to see next on my channel for a makeup tutorial. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.